Hi, boys and girls. Can you believe it? We are on Jolly Fun number 7. Before we start learning about our eh, eh, sound today, let's take a deep breath. Let it out. Another one. One more. Now that our bodies are calm and our brains are ready for learning, off we go. Today we're going to talk about the short E sound, which sounds like this. Eh, eh, eh. Let's see if you remember the song.
Eggs in the pan, eh, eh, eh. Eggs in the pan, eh, eh, eh. Eggs in the pan, eh, eh, eh. Crack the egg like this, eh.
Let's sing that again.
Eggs in the pan, eh, eh, eh. Eggs in the pan, eh, eh, eh. Eggs in the pan, eh, eh, eh. Crack the egg like this, eh.
Did you hear that sound? It's a hard sound to hear. Now, if you look around the picture, I bet you can see lots of things in today's picture that have the sound either at the beginning, the middle, or the end of its name. I'm going to give you a few seconds to look, and then we're going to circle some things that we see and try to write the words. Make sure you have pencil or crayon or marker and paper. Here we go. Now here's the picture that we saw on our song page. And I'm thinking you saw a lot of things like I did that have the S sound. So we're going to be writing some of those on this page today. Ready? Let me go get my magic color pencil. And I'm going to choose green today. Okay, here we go. Let's see. I see something right here that's actually a very big, long word, but I hear an in the word elephant. I actually hear two S. Listen. Elephant. I hear one at the beginning, one in the middle. Can you do this with me? Elephant. Right in the middle, right at the beginning. Let's see if we can write that word. Let's try. Ready? Now here's the tricky part, but some of you first graders know that there are two letters that can make the sound. And in this word, those two letters are, looks like PH, elephant. And what a big word we're writing. Elephant. The PH makes the sound. Here's our first and our second Can you say this long word with me again? Elephant. Very good. All right, let's use the same color, and let's see if we can find something else that has an Oh, I see something in the pan, and I see something in the basket. Do you see the eggs? Let's say that word, eggs. Let's peg it to our body. Ready? Eggs. 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 Where do you hear at the first? Oh, there's my dog Fergus. He's wanting to help us spell eggs, I think. Here we go. Let's see if we can write eggs. Ready? Whoops. Sorry about that, boys and girls. That's a funny E. All right, Fergus. No writing for you right now. Let's see if we can get this written. Good. And we have, oh dear. I don't know why that's going crazy. Let's get my eraser and let's erase that eggs. Ready? Whoop, there we go. Let's try again. All right, eggs. Let's keep it green. Here we go. Ready? G. But we have a double G, even though we only say it once. S. Eggs. Can you read it with me? Eggs. All right, let's do one more. And I'm going to pick this one up here. Did you see what's in the bowl? I see lemons. Can you say that with me? Lemons. Let's count the sounds. Ready? O, e, n. 6 sounds. Do you think we can do it? Let's try. O, e, m. Now we hear an here, but actually the O is tricking us. So we're going to make an O. You know that sound. And s. Wow, there's my in the middle. Can you read the word with me? Lemons. Lemons. I see lemons in the bowl. Good job. Now let's make sure you're writing that correctly. Get your magic finger pencil in the air, or you can do this on your paper or your whiteboard or your chalkboard. Ready? Here we go. Over, up, around, and down. Good job. Let's do that again. Over, up, around, and down. Now let's see if we can read some words. Wow, what a long word. Let's see if we can read this word. It, kit. Now let's do the second syllable. Ten. Can we put it together? Kitten. Kitten. Good job. Kitten. Kitten. A baby cat is a kitten. Let's see if we can read another word. Oh, there's a nice short word. We can read this one. Ten. Good job. Let's do the next one. Ready? Pet. All right, now you try. Ready? What's the word? If you said pen, you got it right. Wow, here's a toughie. You try it first. Ready? What's the word? If you said kept, like I kept my book on the shelf, you got it right. One more. Ready? You try it. What's the word? And if you said the word nest, you are absolutely right. And because of seeing that word nest, it reminds me of our story about Albert, which we're going to pick up today. Ready? Here we go. Here's our book, Albert, that we started reading yesterday. Do you remember that Albert was a man who was afraid to go outside because he heard noises that scared him? You might be hearing things now that are scaring you. So maybe we can learn a little lesson from our friend Albert. Yesterday we read how Albert would stick his arm out of the window each day and check the weather to see if it was a good day for going outside, but he never could find a good day. So he would do things in the house or in his apartment. And one day when he stuck his arm out, a cardinal came and started to build a nest in his hand. What is Albert going to do? He didn't want to bring his hand in because then the nest would be destroyed. So let's pick up our story of Albert today and see what Albert is going to do. Here we go. Remember, I'll read and then I'll show you the page. The mother cardinal returned. Albert stood with his arm out the window. Mrs. Cardinal, he said, I think you picked a very poor spot to build a nest. But the cardinal just whistled and fell asleep. That night, Albert slept standing up. Can you see? Here's Albert talking to Mrs. Cardinal. And in this picture, can you see Albert at the very top? He's standing with his arm out his window and he's nodding his head because he's falling asleep. Oh dear, I hope he doesn't drop the nest. The next day, the mother cardinal kept the eggs warm while the father cardinal fed her. Albert rubbed his aching neck. Listen, he said to the birds, I hate to disappoint you two, but I'm not sure this is going to work. The cardinals looked at Albert. Then they preened each other. That meant they helped each other clean up. That night, Albert slept standing up again. The third day, Albert rotated his shoulders to get the kinks out. The mother bird flew to the ground and pecked at a grub. That's like a little worm. Albert took a good look at the eggs for the first time. There were 4 eggs in the nest. They were perfect sea blue ovals with red-brown spots. The father bird flew down and chattered at the mother bird. She flew back to the eggs and sat on them. Pretty eggs, said Albert gently. The cardinal gave a quizzical chirp. So now you can see, do you see the nest? Do you see the 4 eggs in the nest? And there's the mama cardinal and the nest is sitting in Albert's hand. What's going to happen? One day, boys and girls, day after day, Albert stood the nest in his hand. He began each day by watching the birds and then he looked around. Once, a plane roared overhead. Albert's first urge was to pull his arm in and shut the window because that scared him. But the nest kept him standing there. So he watched the plane till it went out of sight, and soon he found himself dreaming about the places those passengers were going to visit. And he smiled. Once a man and a woman came out of a building yelling. They turned their backs on each other and both walked off in a huff. Albert wanted so much to pull his arm in because arguing scared him. But the nest was there, so he stayed put. About an hour later, the man appeared from one direction and the woman appeared from the other. Each held a wrapped present. They laughed and they hugged and they gave each other the presents. Albert dreamed about what might be in those presents, and he smiled again. All right, let's see. Can you see Albert up there? Let me see if I can. There he is. Can you see him? Way up at the top. And at the bottom, you see the man and the woman who were arguing. Albert didn't only dream. Whenever the mother cardinal hopped off the nest, even for a moment, Albert breathed his hot breath onto the eggs to warm them. And once when the mother cardinal was away, a cat walked along the ledge beneath Albert's arm. It flicked its tail and it looked up at the nest curiously. It crouched ready to spring. Oh no, do you think the cat's going to get the eggs? Albert screeched, "Ah!" at the cat, and the cat ran off. Albert chuckled. Here's Albert looking at the nest, blowing his nice warm breath on the eggs. And then can you see Albert scaring the cat? Ooh, sorry, boys and girls. See, he's yelling, he's holding the nest up, he's protecting those eggs. So that's all we're going to be reading from Albert today. But what do you remember so far? See if you can remember what happened first. What happened next? And then think about what might happen tomorrow. Now, I have a challenge for you. If you like to invent or design things, and you would like to think of maybe and a machine that you can invent to hold the nest so Albert could get some sleep in his bed, and you want to draw a picture, you can have an adult take a picture of your invention for Albert as a way to hold that nest out there safely while Albert gets some sleep, and send it to me at jollyfunforyou@gmail.com, and then I can show your inventions to our friends. All righty, until next time. Bye-bye.